Bom dia. Good morning from Brazil. Boys, I'm literally about to jump into an interview, right? I'm going to have a nice conversation with my boy James. So, context, James has been a part of the Core Network for about 5 weeks at the time of making this video. He has achieved location freedom for himself and he's on target to make about 4 to 5K every month now on online whilst living in Thailand and chilling. Before James joined the network, he didn't have a job, wasn't working online, living off savings, and now he's changed his whole life in the last 5 weeks. But let me not talk. Let's see what James has to actually say about his journey and his story, and let's get into it, man. I'm excited, bro. Let's go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, the one and only James. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Nice little podcast setup. I've never.
Well,
What's this thing? Riverside.
yeah, it's called Riverside, bro. So it's like a better version of Google Meets. Do you know what I mean? When I do like interviews like this, I want to do it properly. Do you know what I mean?
For sure, man. For sure.
Come on, man. But yeah, G, we'll just jump straight in, yeah. I'm just gonna ask you probably about half an hour. Gonna ask you some questions about your journey, all that type of stuff. This is gonna be on my YouTube literally in like 2 days, bro. So I'll send it to you as soon as it comes out, yeah.
Not a problem, man.
Sensation. All right, cool, wicked, man. I'm in a good mood today, bro. I've been up since 4 a.m. You know that? I'm a madman.
Fucking hell. I see what you put in the group chat. It's like one shit done, one shower.
Yeah, I'm a madman, bro. It's literally 6:49 a.m. for me. Been up for yeah 2 hours since 4 a.m. Yeah, but I like it. I
That's
like waking
crazy.
up early, start my day early, get all my tasks done, and by the time it touches like 1, 2 p.m., bro, I can just chill, do whatever I want. So
Fucking right. That's how it should be.
I'm a madman, man. Okay, let's jump in, bro. So yeah, introduce yourself. So obviously, some people are watching this right now, thinking, who the hell is this pretty black kid with a fucking blonde hair, and who the hell is this nice guy called James? So who are you, brother?
Yeah, for sure. So, my name is James Preston Jones. I joined the corps about 6 weeks ago. Um, Yeah, man. I've like in terms of background, if you're interested in that, yeah,
Yeah,
Ty.
yeah.
In terms of background, I've got a background in like logistics for around 4 years
Sick.
and a bit of customer service, sort of like hospitality, that kind of thing for 2 years as well,
Done.
after I got out of college. So I initially thought I wanted my career to be logistics.
Yeah.
Uh, I had, I went straight in there with an apprenticeship. I think I was about 19, start at 19,
Yeah.
and then I progressed within 3 months to team leader role at 19, and then supervisor about 3 months after that. So it was a
Okay.
pretty quick journey on there, but you just soon realise that it's not for the lack of freedom and the the financial piece and the growth once you get, for me, I hit a certain level, and then to get to the next level, your potential for growth is limited, you know. And I just couldn't imagine staying in that for another year or two to progress and get another 1 or 2 grand a year.
Yeah, G, I'm the same boat as you, bro. We're all in the same boat, bro. At the end of the day, like you know my story, like similar to you. I actually started in a sales apprenticeship as well for like 2 months. Then I moved to a job in central London. But bro, after a while, you just realize that this vehicle I'm in now is not gonna get me to my actual goal, which is over here. So you get to a point where you're
Yeah.
like, what am I actually doing? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I resonate with that, bro. So tell me a bit more. So obviously working in logistics and in the corporate side of things, but when we met and when you actually joined the network, bro, you was already in Thailand. So like what was like a normal day for you at that period in your life when you was in Thailand? How did you get to Thailand? When you did get to Thailand, what was your lifestyle like? Like what was you kind of doing there?
Yeah, for sure. So just a bit of just to rewind about 6 months as well. Like I'd had enough of the job and
Yeah.
I decided, let's go do something different. Um, 6 months prior to that, I signed up to the army, got rejected because I've got a spinal issue. Thank God for that, because I probably would have hated that. But then I was like, screw it. Do you know what? I'm going to Thailand. I'm sick of this. Booked a one-way ticket. Didn't know what I was doing, where I was going. Yeah, just so I was posted up in Phuket for about 2 months. Loved it. Went back. Went and earned a shit ton of money
Yeah.
back in the UK. Saved that all and then came back out here. So in terms of when I came out here, Ty, day in the life, for me it wasn't I'm going to chill on the beach kind of thing. I'm going to try and make this work kind of thing. So
Cool.
you're sort of going down the route of, okay, like what are my options here? Let's look on LinkedIn, let's look on Indeed for some remote roles. As it's a common sort of thing that people say that didn't really work out.
Yeah.
So, you look on it, 100 plus applicants per job. What chance have you got? What chance
Yeah.
have you got? Let's be honest. So
Yeah.
that's where I found the core. I've actually been following Ty for probably 6 months to a year at that point. I knew who he was. I thought, let's take a chance on this, and that's how I got in.
Sick, man. So let's double down on that, bro. So when you say that you was like in Thailand already, saved up some money, so you already knew you wanted to move abroad, so you'd already taken that initial step, right? But you was kind of on like a ticking time bomb because like you're like me. When I first landed in Thailand, I told everyone I had 4K. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like I got 4K. This is time. This is like stored time basically, so I can last for about 2 to 3 months, 2 to 4 months in Thailand. But I don't want to speak for you. At that point in my life, even though I was in Thailand, I was stressed every day, bro, because I was like, I need to make money. I've got bills to pay, rent to pay, this visa to pay, savings are going down. So what was that like for you? So like when you was in Thailand already, you had your savings and you're day in day out looking for those jobs on LinkedIn and stuff. Like, what was you actually thinking? Like, what was going through your head at that time?
Yeah, for sure. It does something to you, doesn't it? It
Yeah,
it forces you to grow. Let's just say that.
the facts.
Like when you see every month you got 1,500 quid
Mm,
going out your bank every month and you're not making any progress, then something's got to change. Let's just
yeah,
put it that way.
yeah,
So yeah, man, because you're not going to be like some people might be. I'm not going to be living in a shitty little shed. I'm
yeah.
gonna,
Of course not, bro.
you know
Of
what I mean?
course.
So
Yeah, of course not, Gene. You shouldn't want to, bro. You should want to aim bigger than that, bro. Which obviously you did, and you're doing now. So I respect you for that, man. So, like, when you was in that scenario in your life, yeah. So like, cause I'm talking to you, asking you these questions, but in my head I can just see myself. Like, it's even on my YouTube a video of when I first moved into my first apartment in Thailand, and I moved into the apartment before I even had any money coming in. I'd already committed to expenses going out. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So like what was actually going in your head? Like, did you think to yourself, damn, like, am I even gonna be able to do this? Was you thinking, damn, am I gonna have to move back home? Was you thinking, damn, maybe I should downgrade and like go from 1,500 a month expenses to 750? Like, what was you actually thinking on a day where you've woken up, money's coming out, bark's being spent, pad kapa's are being fucking eaten, but you're not making anything coming in? Like, what's that like?
yeah, it's just stressful, isn't it? It's extremely stressful. You find a way to make it work.
Yeah,
And obviously I had part of the reason why I came over to Thailand was because I had a girlfriend.
yeah,
So that was like, if I didn't make it work, then you're not going to see her again. You sort of committed. I knew I wanted a life in Thailand, let's put it that way, but I was half committed to coming back and seeing her. That she was sort of the reason for me to come back in a way. And I think that was a good thing, because it forces you out your comfort zone and it forces you to sort of level up in that way.
yeah, of course. So you basically you had kind of commitment. So you had like a relationship commitment. You'd met someone. You'd already started a new chapter of your life in a different country, basically. So it's like now, how can I sustain this? Obviously, the last final piece of the puzzle is the income. Like, how am I going to be actually? How am I going to be able to sustain this income wise and make money? Because what a lot of people do, which you know, because you're inside the network, which I advocate against, is coming to a different country or wanting to move abroad, and because you don't know any other way, you either end up being a backpacker, like living like on 20% of your expected income before in the UK, or accepting a job like a fucking TEFL teacher or something like that, which you don't really want to do, but it's the only thing you do know to allow you to stay. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously you're in a mindset of if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it properly and want to be able to make some decent money to allow me to stay and at least match the lifestyle in terms of income that's coming in. Do you know what I mean? So when you said that you was on LinkedIn and that, like what else was you trying? Like what does a day to day like kind of look like? So like you was waking up, going on LinkedIn, remote job, 100 applicants, apply here. Did you get any interviews? Like what else did you kind of try like yourself before joining us?
So yeah, absolutely. So I was on Facebook, I was on LinkedIn, I was on Indeed. I did everything. I did everything. I applied to loads of jobs. I rewrote my whole CV.
Damn.
So my logistics CV, I've restructured it so it was like like really good from a customer service point of view, so I could potentially get a customer service job remotely.
Yeah.
I restructured everything. I started submitting that. I was contacting people in remote jobs. You get some conversations going. In terms of interviews, though, absolutely, I didn't get anything. I
Yeah.
tried for about 3 weeks, and that's when I contacted Ty. So we're not talking months on end. It was probably more like 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
you know, I just went with the. I look at Ty's thing. I'm like, yes, there's an investment. Is it what Is this what I want to do? If it's going to land me a remote role, why not? You just got to take a risk sometimes. So
Of course, bro. And everything in life is a risk, bro. You moving to Thailand was a risk. You potentially, in a different reality, decided not to move to Thailand is equally a risk. Do you know what I mean? Everything that you do is a risk, bro. And this risk obviously paid off. So, like, on the flip side, I always ask, like, all of the members, I even say this to Abhishek sometimes, like, in an alternate reality, where would you have been? So for me, in an alternate reality, if I didn't pick up my phone and start making a shit ton of content every day, where would I have been? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or if I decided to not go to Thailand and come to Colombia or Brazil first, where would I have been? So like for you, if you didn't join the network when you did, 2 to 3 weeks after you've been unsuccessful getting a role, you're stressing out, what am I gonna do? Money's going down. If you didn't join the network, where do you feel like you would be right now?
yeah, for sure. I think that's a great question. I think I'd definitely be. Uh, sorry, excuse me, that's an alarm.
No, you're good.
Uh, Frustrated. That's for the interview. uh, Frustrated with my situation. Let's put it that way. Um, so I would still obviously just be in the same job, same trying to progress in something that I don't really want to do intrinsically.
Yeah,
I know deep down I don't that doesn't fit my purpose.
yeah,
Um, and you're just stuck doing 10, 12 hour days. You know, it comes to Christmas and you got that 3 weeks to a month in Christmas where you're doing from 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. till 3 a.m. in the morning. It's ridiculous. That's the kind of life that logistics is, and that's where I'd be if I hadn't have taken the leap.
yeah. That's mad, bro. Like, it's crazy now because sometimes, like, I even sit down and think, what could life have looked for me? And everything you're describing now, like, now that you're out of that and like you're fully out of that, like, you don't have to go back. It's crazy to think like how different your life was back then and what you just accepted. Like across the Christmas break, when you should be spending time with your family at home with your loved ones, chilling, you're here working in some labor intensive job for like 12 to 14-hour shifts, bro, for what, like 100 quid a day, like 200 quid
Yeah.
a day. It's
And
crazy.
and let's just add on that, Ty, as well. Like, and you probably know from your perspective, but logis like not just logistics. This is everywhere. This is just jobs in general. This is like the people. The
Yeah,
people are so negative. Imagine doing those hours and
yeah,
some of these types of people. They'll drain the life out of you, out of
yeah,
your dreams and all your energy. I'll say no names or anything like that, but terrible. And you had to get out of there.
yeah.
Some people that are friends of mine or were friends of mine, energy drainers. You gotta get out of there. It's not great. Let's put it that way.
No, of course, man. It's not, bro. And as you know, because obviously I know you got quite a good few relationships with some of the boys inside the network as well. We talk quite a lot on that. But like the people that you talk to and share energy with is gonna have a big rub off on you and where you go in your life. Like even like we're just joking now, saying how I woke up at 4 a.m. Cool, you might not wake up at 4, but you're gonna be like, fucking hell, someone I know, I'm talking to Ty, he's already up doing this, doing that. You're gonna be like, fuck, let me get pep in my step and let me get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Because boys are posting wins. You're being around a certain type of energy which is forcing you to do more. So alternatively, if you're around people in your work or in your job who are all negative, all accepted life for what it is because they didn't want to go after what they want, where would you have been? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's what kind of led you to kind of not having that breaking point, but just realizing that this group of people, this lifestyle is not going to get me to over here, which is where I want to be. So something actually needs to change, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? From point A to point B, which is real, bro. So like
Yeah, for sure.
you join this because this is why another reason why I wanted to speak to you, bro, because like your situation is quite unique because like a lot of the boys, well, some of the boys joined us when they was already living abroad and wanted to sustain it because, like you said, you was looking for income. You've already taken that leap. But alternatively, some of the other boys as well and people who we work with in the network are people who are in that situation, so in that logistics job now, what you was doing. So like, what was the breaking point for you before you met me or joined the Corps? But when you said to yourself in this job, I just can't keep living like this. Like, what was a turning point? Was it conversations you kept having with people around you? Was it that realizing that there's another way to make money online? Like, what was it that made you be like, listen, I'm saving up money, I'm fucking off to Thailand, I ain't coming back?
Yeah, well, absolutely. So before, obviously, I mentioned the army, but so that fell through. That was sort of a bit of a trigger.
Yeah,
Um, there was a few instances, Ty. There's a few instances. You know, I had when you're running a team, and you can imagine in a logistics setting the types of
yeah,
people that you're getting in.
yeah.
You know, this you can just imagine. And they were struggling for some people getting in, and my team. I was trying to restructure the team. It was absolutely terrible, and I got a replacement in, and he came in. He had one eye. He didn't speak any English, and I was just that was the turning point for me. I'm like, how can I do my job? And for me, this is like I wasn't. I didn't enjoy the job, but I'm passionate about doing a good job, if you know what I mean. So if I don't have the resources in place, I'll get frustrated. And that was one of the turning points for me. There was a few other things as well, but you know, it's little things like that. Just what do you call it? Chip away at you, and you decide you got to do something else.
Now, of course, bro. I feel like everyone has a different kind of breaking point for me. So like, I realized that, yeah, bro, I cannot be doing this shit. I literally applied for a promotion at my job as well when I was working in my past 9 to 5, and I got rejected. And that for me was like, you know what, like, for F this shit, man. Like, I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm doing my best, working my hardest, and I can't even get like, what, a 4K promotion at the end of every year. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
So for you, you're working a job, you're passionate about doing a good job, but you're just in a vehicle you don't really like, and you're probably thinking, raw, like, I don't even have the resources to do this job to the standard I want to do it. I'm not even in control of my time, not in control of how much income I make. What's the point? Do you know what I'm trying to say? The one thing
for
I did have
sure.
over, I don't even have control. I can't even make sure I do the good job because of people on my team that are not in my control, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and to add on that, you know, and when you and this is something we speak about regularly, Ty, in the
Yeah,
core. I when I went to Thailand, you get pulled up to I don't know what you call it. It's sort of like a higher vibration in a way. Like your
yeah,
mindset is elevated,
yeah,
and this
cool.
is so true. People may think this sounds silly, but you go and do it. Your mindset when you're working abroad, the first time I went, when you're working abroad, your mindset is so elevated because you're meeting the amount of people that you meet out here is ridiculous. I'm in Phuket right now. There's so many people that are doing, you know, insane things. So you build a bit of a network and they lift
Facts.
you up. So when I went home, because I decided I needed to earn a bit of money, and you go into that same job, granted, greatest there, all the people said, James, absolutely come back, brilliant.
Yeah,
You get dragged down. You just back down to that same mindset, the same habits as before.
yeah.
And I felt it inside. After 5 months, I was ready to come back. I was like, this is yeah, this is very noticeable. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, of course, man. It's a night and day difference, bro. Obviously, like I was in Thailand for over a year. I feel like it's just the energy when you're not attaching your income to a specific location that doesn't really fulfill you. So what I mean by that is like, why is it that people in Phuket, for example, who you're meeting have a different energy? It's because they're all working for themselves. They're all making money online. They've all seen that life has more to offer than their hometown. They've all taken a risk. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So in order for you to even meet these people, they've had to have solved their own problems and changed their mindset and learn. Do you know what I'm trying to say? To get into that
Yeah,
position anyway. So I feel like the reason why it's a different energy is because the people you meet have all done the same things you've done, taken the leap, been scared, come on the other side, quit their job, done these things, learn an online income skill, and now they're on the other side, which is making them think that way, bro. Do you know what I mean? No wonder people in all of our hometowns have small-minded think because why? Because they've always been there in that position doing these
yeah.
things. I'm saying, bro. So, yeah, facts, man. So let's talk about when we first spoke then, bro, because like I know I can think back to that conversation we had. Like there was definitely a bit of fear, which is understandable, right? Like when I first moved abroad, I was fearful. Like I told you the other day, I told all the boys, me and Abhishek got a new coach. That's fear. So when you first decided to join the network, like what kind of fear did you have? Like, was you like, oh, this guy's a fucking scammer, bro? Like, what kind of things did you have in your head? You can be honest, bro. Like, what was you thinking when you was kind of getting on call with me and like making that decision? Like, is this something I want to go forward with?
Yeah, just like you're just evaluating the costs. You're trying
Yeah,
to. I was trying to perceive Abhishek and Ty and if they're, trustworthy and genuine.
yeah,
Um, but what they were saying is there. It's what I needed. Sometimes you have to take a leap. It's as simple as that. And you can shop around all you like. Oh, I'm going to go and look at this person. I'll go and look at that person. You're just delaying what you need to do,
yeah.
you know.
Facts.
But it's just you just got to take action on it. It's a fact.
That's so
Um,
deep. That's so deep. Even what you said about delaying what you need to do, like why when you say you're just delaying what you need to do, what do you mean by that? Because like a lot of people, right, like they know that I say this on my main YouTube channel all the time. I say that people, right, you know what you need to do. You already know you need to make the decision, but you're just delaying the time to when you actually do it. You're gonna do it. You know what I'm trying to say? You're gonna get help. You're gonna seek guidance. You're gonna get a roadmap. You're gonna go to people who are already steps ahead of you, who have done the thing that you're looking to do eventually. But you're just delaying the time needed to when you actually need to make that decision because the decision. And when you actually take the first step forward, it's scary. So people would rather try and delay that as much as possible. So when you say you're just delaying what you needed to do, when you decided to sign on, is it because you already knew that if you don't, you're just going to delay something that in 2 months you're going to have to do anyways at some point?
yeah, so absolutely. I knew I had 3 months out here when I came out. You can't just be shopping around for weeks on end. You got to make a choice.
Yeah,
So and this is another point as well, Ty, that I'll just interject here. People our age, and I look around, I see it in friends, I see it in, friends of friends, family, everyone. People our age really struggle with like, oh, I've got no money, I don't know, I can't do it because I've got no money. You're probably working 40 hours a week. When I went home to earn money, I was literally working 85 hours per week. And I earned I think about 20 grand in about 4.5 months.
yeah,
So you need to get a second job. You know, you've got to have a bit of urgency about things. You wanna move abroad, stop pushing it down the line, go and take a risk, and go and do that. That's the thing. You're not going to be 20, 23 forever. So before you know it, you're going to be 28, 29. You're going to be having kids. There you go. The opportunity's gone. So lack of urgency is a massive issue right now, I think, in young people and people who say they want to do stuff but don't have any oomph about it, you know?
yeah. G, you already know I agree with you, bro. Like you need to do something about where you want to be now. Like, I feel like, and you're so right. I'm just gonna repeat back to you what you said, bro. To be honest with you, but people sit around and think that they have time. Oh, I'm gonna do this in a couple months. Oh, I'm gonna get back to you. Oh, A, B, and C. But like before you know it, months turn into in weeks turn into months, which turn into years, bro. And like you said, 2 years has gone down the drain, and you've been talking to your friends about you wanting to do this thing, wanting to quit your job, wanting to move abroad, wanting to actually make it happen. But you just that's what I said before. You're just delaying the time to you taking action, bro. And this is
Yeah.
why this is why, and we'll get to your results in a second, but this is why it's taken you 5 weeks from when you joined end of March to now, first week, second week of May, for example, to actually being in the position you're in today because you had that oomph. Not only are you gonna be like, listen, I'm gonna do it, but you're gonna do it and commit 100%, bro. And that's why you got the results to show. Because you need to have that urgency about life, bro. And people who just go live in Daisyland, oh, just wait, oh, next month, like you're never gonna get the results that you want. Not even in this, but just in life. Like if you don't have any urgency, you're never gonna get the results that you want, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think let's just break down the numbers, Ty, in terms of that. Just let's say you're earning 2K a month and you by the end of the month you're fully out. Okay, work another 40 hours. I worked 85 hours per week. It's as simple as that. And then you get another 2 grand or whatever, and that's all profit. So that just goes in your savings. That can be your investment or your Thailand fund or whatever. Do that for a few months. There you go. That's your solution. Go and get another job. It's as simple as that. People who really want it will go and do it.
Facts. That's it, G. People who really want it will go and do it, bro. That's fucking powerful and that's real, bro. That's real. So what did other people around you think? Like, because obviously you're in Thailand, right? You've already got your fund that you've saved up from your two jobs you was working, right? You've obviously decided to join the network. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this was the first time you did anything like this, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm assuming your friends might have not done something similar to this. How did your friends feel when you told them back home, yeah, I've just joined the call, I've just joined this network? Like, what was that kind of like response like from other
Yeah,
people?
so like, I've told a few people. If I'm honest, I've not gone shouting about it. I don't look
Yeah,
for attention or anything. I'll just keep myself quiet. But everyone sees what's going on Instagram. They probably see all you guys commenting and that. There's not many people saying much. I'll be honest. People get very quiet when they see people doing well. Let's put it that way. And that's a shame, isn't it? What a
that is,
shame. I've
yeah,
had a few people reaching out saying like, "What are you up to?" Let's put it this way. You know who the ones that are real are. Let's put it that way, mate.
damn. Yeah, man. That's so real as well, bro. At the end of the day, it's because you're in a position in your life now, bro, where you're actually doing the thing that probably a lot of these people around you who aren't shouting out or shouting about you, they've wanted to do. But now they're seeing that, damn, James has actually got there quicker because he actually did the thing. He did what he needed to do to go and get it done. And now deep down, they're, yeah, I respect, I'm proud of James, but deep down, there's probably resentment because you've actually taken the steps and done what was needed to be done by them and they haven't done it yet, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's so real what you said about how people go quiet, bro. Like me on my journey, me, a lot of the other boys as well will say the same thing. When you do the thing that so many other of your friends talk and speak about, bro, and you actually have the balls to go and do it and do the uncomfortable thing and you get the result, people are like, rah, he actually beat me. And that's because he was willing to do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And they weren't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, real. Damn. Fairs? Didn't even know that. Um, what limiting beliefs, right? So like I want to touch on this some more, bro, because a lot of the people who are probably watching this right now and are seeing you, they're looking at you like you're any different, which you are, but you're not. I am, but I'm not. Like, yeah, we're different because we've actually got the result and went after the thing that we wanted, but we still have the same fears. We still had the same skepticism, the same nervousness. Is this going to work? So, for example, for me, before building the network, when I moved abroad, is this going to work? How am I going to pay my rent in 2 months? Am I going to have to go home broke flat on my face and get another job? For you, oh, I'm joining the network. Is this going to be worth it? Am I going to get my result? Is this going to be the right thing for me? Before you joined, like, what type of limiting beliefs did you have now that don't make sense? So, like, before, was it a thing where you was like, I don't know if this is going to work? Because I remember, gee, we've spoken a lot about mindset, and I tell you about this all the time, bro, about like stepping into the 2.0 version of yourself that you want to become. So, what type of thoughts did old James have and hold that you don't really have now or share now?
Yeah, for sure. I think I definitely had a limiting belief with money, even though I'm quite capable with money. I think that you get in a mindset where you just want to save money. I was very much at the mindset where, any money that comes in, I'm going to invest it. I'll do this, but that. It's all, as you say, Ty. We all talk about the S&P, but nobody talks about the SME. And I think investing in yourself, for me, that's something that was so foreign to me, and I was terrified, if I'm honest, when I signed up. I'll be honest with you.
Real? Yeah, that's real, bro. That's honest, bro. And you're supposed to feel like that because it's something that's new and you haven't done it before. So you're supposed to have an emotional reaction. But I'm a big believer that you need to feel the fear and do it anyways. Because imagine now looking back, if you being terrified was the reason why he's like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it, bro. And then by this point, the chances are you could have been back home in the UK because that 3 months would have ran out, money savings would have ran out, and you would have been kicking yourself pissed anyways, bro. So like looking back
Yeah.
to that old limiting belief mindset, James, that you had before, right? What do you know now? What would you have told your old self back then? So like let's look back, 6 weeks ago when you was feeling that way. Now knowing what you know now, what would you have told yourself back then?
Well, let's say it doesn't work out. You can always just go back to work, can't you? You've always got something to fall back on. For
Yeah.
God's sake, like what's everyone scared about? But that's what you can always. There's always home to go back to. You've always got friends to fall back on. There's, that's you, but also like in terms of limiting beliefs, again, you just got to swallow that initial fear and go for it. I think that is the main thing. You just got to swallow it. I know it, but you know in your head that it's the right thing to do. So
Yeah,
you just got to go through it.
yeah.
You got
You
to go
do.
through it, man.
Of course you do. Like, especially like now we'll talk about, how things have been for you since joining and the results you've gotten and some of the other boys who are killing it. But when you're joining something that is actually real, like we got infrastructure, me and Abhishek are real people, we get real results, bro. Like, this is a real thing. You'd be stupid not to join something that's going to get you quicker to achieving your goals anyways. Like deep down, majority of the people who we speak to, like when I spoke to you, and it's not even an ego or arrogance thing, it's just the results. You already knew, okay, cool, I have a higher likelihood of getting this role and getting to where I want to be, being around people who have already done it compared to just being blind on my own, being like this. So it's just a logic thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Where you know that what the right thing is to do. But like I said before, people just want to delay the action to actually going out and doing it, man. So yeah, real. But let's talk about the program, man. Like I want to actually hear like what's that been like for you? So like you joined, I'm pretty sure it was on the 21st of March, right? Like what was your kind of like experience within the first 2 weeks? So like how was that? What changed in the first 2 weeks of you joining that actually gave you momentum and kind of like the like clarification like, rah, this is a real thing. I'm actually like getting closer to my goals. Like how was that for you?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously you hop in there initially. Um, it's quite nice, Ty, because it's quite like a tight knit, not incredibly tight, but it's quite a tight knit group. Like everybody knows each other. Everyone has a relationship with each other in some way or another. Um, and yeah, you just go through all the onboarding, loads of resource, loads of sales stuff, personal branding stuff, whatever you want to do on there, it's in there. You go through all that, consume it all, and then you sort of try and you hop on the calls. Obviously, there's a call every day, so we do that, and then you try and build a bit of relationship with all the other guys in there, and you look around and you're like, damn, I'm here. There's certain people in here that are here, and there's certain people that are really pushing it. And you look at social presence in terms of one or two of the boys in there, they've got a real big social presence, talking hundred thousands, that kind of account, as well as yourself and Abhishek Tai. So yeah, you're a bit imposter syndrome prone, I think. That definitely plays a part when you first go in there. In terms of what the turning point is when you know it's for you, like myself, I was looking obviously for a bit of security initially. Um, Basically, how it works, say if you're looking for something regarding sales and you're not wanting to do the personal branding thing, there's loads of guys doing the personal branding thing, doing offers, and you can hop on their offer and earn commission on setting for them. So when I was looking around and seeing what opportunities there are, like, oh, you got Dylan over here, you got Luke over there, or maybe Ryan's over there, he's got a good offer. Let's build some relationships. Within 1 week, I had an offer. So that's when you sort of know, and then you're on that offer. Abhishek's posting in the sales jobs group that some so and so offer has just come through, and there's this opportunity, you know. So there you go. There's plenty of opportunities, and that's once you see that, that's the turning point for me.
Facts. Bro, what you said is so true about imposter syndrome, man. But that's good. That's what you need. You need to be around people who are doing better than you. Like ego aside, forget that. You need to be around people who are doing more than you because that's the only thing that's gonna give you that kick up the bum to be like, right, like this is real. People are here like doing crazy things, crazy numbers. I need to go and get after it because I'm seeing the wins from other people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You're seeing people like we had our other member Leo the other week post he's making 10K in a day or he closed a 20K deal. Like that's crazy. And then someone else is waking up, sleeping in late. They're gonna be like, damn, like I need to get on it now because these people are actually killing it. And I have access
Yeah,
to
for
these.
sure.
Do you know what I mean? So it definitely is big bit of a push, is what I'm trying to say. Um, yeah, man. What skill or mindset shift would you say um, is the thing that kind of like unlocked, not going to say unlocked your ability, but like what skill did you have to learn that allowed you to land those three roles? Because as much as obviously you got the guidance, the support, the knowledge, the network from joining the core, you've also done your part. And I want to like rave about you, bro. Like you, I respect you because someone else could come in, and I try my best, obviously, to make sure that we have the right people joining who are actually willing to, take the steps. But you came and did it. Like you could have came, sat in, not joined any calls, and just got no results. But you actually like you did the work, bro. So like, what type of skills would you say you've had to have learned in order for you to land 3 roles? Because you've been in here 5 weeks, you've landed 3 roles, bro. You have some skill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, what skills would you say you've learned?
No, for sure. I think for me, the biggest thing, just action taking, I think in itself is a skill.
Sick.
That's massive. You know, we can talk about what we're going to do all the time. We can sit on the calls. Oh, James, what are you up to? Your accountability calls. What we're going to do this week. I can say what I think I'm going to do or what I want to do, but actually doing it and taking action is a one. You know, that's another thing. So for me, taking action and building that skill is has been massive. Ty, you played a massive part in that. I know you don't like to take credit for it, but it's little things. It's little things like you're on the call, and so let's say like my Instagram was rubbish. It was absolutely terrible. Ty said on the call, he was like, "James, go do that now." I said what I wanted to do. Go do it now, then. And so I spent 40 minutes revamping my whole Instagram. It's like action now over everything. And that's what I had to learn. And I think that's been the main vehicle for me in the past sort of 6 weeks. How I've been able to land not just an SDR role, but also 3 setting roles with very reputable people as well. These aren't little accounts. So I think taking action has been the main thing, and taking action builds your confidence. Because when I came in here, confidence was uh, it's not that I'm not confident. Uh, let's just put it this way: in the UK, I was seen as quite a confident person, but when you're taken out of your comfort zone and you're trying to do something like this, I was not confident at all. So doing all these action points and doing the reps, that builds your confidence.
Respect that, bro. I respect you, man. Yeah, so let's break that down. So first and foremost, like action taken. Like I say to every single one of the boys, and like this is how I live my life, bro. So like, how am I gonna hold myself to a certain standard and not hold you and everyone else in my network to the same standard, bro? Uncomfortable or not, we have to do it because one thing I say to you, and I say this to you one to one to group, whatever. Like it's all good you joining Michael and you learning something new about sales or whatever it could be, offer landing, sales negotiation, personal brand, whatever it could be, right? But what are you gonna do about it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah,
action is what makes the man, and I'm a big believer in that. And every single one of the boys inside the network, like I'm forcing everyone to be on it because I'm on it myself. Me and Abhishek have a standard we hold for ourselves, and I'm not gonna allow you to come in and have a lower standard to what we do as the norm. This is the standard. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And you're right. If you hadn't learnt the skill of just being ruthless and a relentless action taker, you wouldn't be sitting 4 roles later. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You wouldn't be sitting in this role as an SDR now, chilling in Phuket. Everyone's happy because you've taken that action, bro, and you've changed your mindset to be like, okay, cool, something needs to be done. I'm gonna go and do it now. And like even me on calls, like you already know, on our calls, we got called in an hour, right? I'll be on that call. Okay, boys, this is what we're going through today. I'll go and teach. We'll learn. The questions will be answered. Okay, when are you gonna go and do it? And then I'll be like, okay, cool. You said you're gonna do it when? Tomorrow? What time? Okay, calm. And then I'll make sure you go and do it. Because that's actually what's gonna get you the result. Do you know what I mean? It is uncomfortable. And I say to the boys all the time, like sometimes I gotta be bad cop, but I don't really care because gee, I'm here to get results for you guys. Do you know what I mean? So that's only gonna be done by you doing the work. And you've done the work and you've got the results. So yeah,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
It
Let's not
works.
get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. Like you see these bags under my eyes. I don't sleep much. I've been putting the work in the past few weeks.
You got the result, bro, man. So I
For
respect
sure,
that.
man.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Do you know what I mean? Um, yeah, wicked, man. I respect that, bro. So let's talk about now. Like, obviously, you did join, and your confidence wasn't really like as high. Let's just say, and that's because you hadn't taken action, really. Like, of course, it wasn't. It was lower than what it was now because now you've taken action. You have reason to be confident because you've done the hard work. Do you know what I mean? So, like, how does it feel now waking up knowing that you're in a solidified role? Let's talk about your offer now. So, like, you're on an offer that is doing crazy numbers. Big offer, like this is sick. Like I was even surprised when you said you landed it. I was like, fair play. Um, How do you feel now knowing that you're part of the offer? So what is the offer? Let's run through it now. Like, what are you on, bro? Who are you? Who
So
is this
the
guy?
offer, sorry,
Yeah.
go on, Ty.
Now I'm saying, who is this guy? Like, chat to me.
Yeah, so the offer's Jordan Lee's AI company, where they
Sick.
just outsource AI tools to either businesses that are wanting to implement AI or people that are wanting to outsource their skills using AI,
Sick.
basically. So
Sick.
in terms of package wise, you've got three different packages, a 5K package, a 10K package, and a 24K package. So those all vary depending on how much effort the prospect is going to put into that business. For example, the 5K package, the prospect, obviously they're going to
Well, there you have it. You literally heard it right here live from my boy James. Did I even need to say anything? The reason why people stay stuck in their situation is because they're delaying that action they know they need to take. You've heard James's whole story, right? Making up to 4 to 5K fully remote online, more money than he's ever made before in his 9 to 5 job because he literally knew what he needed to do and he did it, right? You need to be the next James. And if you've watched this whole video and come to the end and you haven't even booked in a call yet, what are you actually doing, right? James has said it himself. The reason why people just like you stay stuck is because you're delaying that action you already know you need to go and take. Go over to the link in the description right now and book in a call, right? Book in a call with my team and have a chat to see what your situation is and exactly what can be done to help you get started on your journey to achieving location freedom. Everything starts on the back of booking this call, bro, right? All you need to do is book in one call, 20-minute call, and have a chat with my team, and they will let you know exactly the roadmap you need to go down to be the next James. If you want to be living a life of location freedom, right, you know exactly what you need to do. Book in a call right now.